How's it going, NBA crew? John Kennedy here. I am the marketing manager for DiamondBack Bicycles. We are here in Monterey, California for the 2014 Sea Otter Classic, and today we are going to take a look at the all-new Mission 275 platform. So the Mission 275 platform, or 275 obviously, is a bit of a departure from what we've done in the past. The Mission has been a 26-inch platform bike for us for a number of years. It was a nice 160, 150 combo, but we decided to flip it and kind of tweak some things this year. Obviously, the most notable of those is the addition of the 27.5-inch wheel. We thought that was a nice upgrade for the bike, really kind of moved the bike into its own category, whereas we had the Mission as the all-mountain bike and the Scapegoat as the more kind of free-ride, park-oriented bike. This really allowed us to combine the two, shave some weight, and make some tweaks that we've wanted to do for a while. So the first thing that you're going to notice here is the knuckle box suspension. It's essentially a bell crank, which is a single pivot 4-bar design. It's been the platform for knuckle box since really the beginning for DiamondBack. What we've done with this version is that we've kind of compressed the knuckle box. We've relocated the shock position from a more vertical orientation to a more horizontal orientation. What all that does is it allows you to lower the suspension platform, condense the hardware lower in the frame, which lowers your center of gravity and creates a nice low leverage ratio. So one of the first things you wanted to do in creating kind of this all-mountain slayer is get that head tube nice and slack. It's a 66-degree head tube angle. We have done a tapered head tube on this for additional stiffness, very common in today's bike world. Looking down through the frame, we've got ISCG tabs, so if you want to run a chain guide, you can do so. We've currently got it set up by a 1x system, which is the preference for us. But there are ISCG tabs if you so choose to use them. We've also got a direct mount front derailleur if you need to, you decide you want to go front derailleur and add an additional ring to that. And then moving down here, we've got a 12x142 rear through axle. Obviously that combined with the beefed up bridge here is going to provide quite a bit of lateral stiffness for the ride. We've also incorporated internal cable routing into the frame set. This allows for us to run a stealth reverb post, and then there's also the option to run your rear derailleur cable all the way through the frame. So spec on this bad boy, this is where it really comes to life, and we're excited about this bike because I think this is a bike that we built. It would be the exact bike that you would build if you had a frame set that you were working on. So starting out in the cockpit here, we went with the Race Face Atlas cockpit. Nice, sturdy, stealth looking, it's primo. XT brakes, XT trail brakes actually. Great stopping power for the bike, running 180 millimeter rotors front and rear. Moving into suspension, we've done Fox suspension. Front's got a 34 CTD on it. In the rear, we've got a Float X 160 mil travel CTD. And that's just a super plush feel. Nice, great for pedaling efficiency, but also has that bottomless feel to it for the big hits if you need it. On the drivetrain, we went with Race Face Next carbon crankset. Nice thing about this is you have the ability to run the narrow wide ring, so it's a 1x setup using a SRAM XO rear derailleur. We think that's a great setup. You can, the great thing about the Race Face crankset is that you can adjust the size of your chain ring if you want to go smaller. You do have the capability to do that, which in other brands you necessarily don't have that option to do so. Wheel set, we're looking at an Easton Haven wheel set on Hans Dampf tires, and then kind of rounded it out with WTV saddle with a RockShox Reverb Stealth Post. So this model comes in at $6,500 retail. We have two other versions. There's the Mission 2, which comes in at $3,300, and the Mission 1, which comes in at $2,800, which is a great option for somebody looking to hit a particular price point. If you need any more information on any of these bikes, you can check it out at www.diamondback.com.